Hi and welcome everyone to Know Your Law. This is a small initiative to let everyone aware of various important and essential laws of our country. Each week we will try to bring to you an essential provision of one of the many acts in our country. Hope it will help you, if not today, but sometimes in your life. So today, we will continue our discussion on the protection of children from Sexual Offences Act 2012 and try and complete the provisions of Chapter 1 of the Act. We finished our last session with the definition of penetrative sexual assault as defined under Section 3 of the Act in order to clarify the understanding of aggravated penetrative sexual assault. Today we will start with our discussion on aggravated penetrative sexual assault as well as other definitions as laid down under Section 2 of the Act. So, aggravated penetrative sexual assault. So now that we know what penetrative sexual assault is, it's time to look into aggravated penetrative sexual assault. When is it said to be committed? By whom can it be committed? And under which situations can it be committed? We will try to segregate the offense as is committed by the type or kind of persons, the place or situation when it can be committed, as well as the time or age of the offender or the child as the case may be. Section 5 of the Act deals with aggravated penetrative sexual assault. It states, whoever, being a police officer, commits penetrative sexual assault on a child, 1. Within the limits of the police station or premises at which he is appointed, or 2. In the premises of any station house, whether or not situated in the police station to which he is appointed, or 3. In the course of his duties or otherwise, or 4. Where he is known as or identified as a police officer is said to have committed aggravated penetrative sexual assault. Also, whoever being a member of the armed forces or security forces commits penetrative sexual assault on a child within the limits of the area to which the person is deployed, or in any areas under the command of the forces or armed forces, or in the course of his duties or otherwise, or where the said person is known or identified as a member of the security or armed forces, is said to have committed aggravated penetrative sexual assault. Thirdly, whoever being a public servant commits penetrative sexual assault on a child is said to have committed aggravated penetrative sexual assault. Fourthly, whoever being on the management or on the staff of a jail, remand home, protection home, observation home, or other place of custody or care and protection established by or under any law for the time being in force, commits penetrative sexual assault on a child, being inmate of such jail, remand home, protection home, observation home, or other place of custody or care and protection, is said to have committed aggravated penetrative sexual assault. Next, whoever being on the management or staff of a hospital, whether government or private, commits penetrative sexual assault on a child in that hospital is said to have committed aggravated penetrative sexual assault. Next, whoever being on the management or staff of an educational institution or religious institution commits penetrative sexual assault on a child in that institution is said to have committed aggravated penetrative sexual assault. For explanation purposes, when a child is subjected to sexual assault by one or more persons of a group in furtherance of their common intention, each of such persons shall be deemed to have committed gang penetrative sexual assault within the meaning of this clause, and each of such person shall be liable for that act in the same manner as if it were done by him alone. So next comes the gang penetrative sexual assault. So whoever commits gang penetrative sexual assault on a child is said to have committed aggravated penetrative sexual assault. Next, whoever commits penetrative sexual assault on a child using deadly weapons, fire, heated substance or corrosive substance is said to have committed aggravated penetrative sexual assault. Next, whoever commits penetrative sexual assault causing grievous hurt or causing bodily harm and injury or injury to the sexual organs of the child is said to have aggravated, or rather is said to have committed aggravated penetrative sexual assault. Next, whoever commits penetrative sexual assault on a child which 1. physically incapacitates the child or causes the child to become mentally ill as defined under clause B of section 2 of the Mental Health Act of 1987, or causes impairment of any kind so as to render the child unable to perform regular tasks temporarily or permanently, or 2. in the case of a female child, makes the child pregnant as a consequence of sexual assault, 3. inflicts the child with human immunodeficiency virus, that is HIV virus, or any other life-threatening disease or infection which may either temporarily or permanently impair the child by rendering him physically incapacitated or mentally ill to perform regular tasks, then such a person is said to have committed aggravated penetrative sexual assault. Next, whoever taking advantage of a child's mental or physical disability commits penetrative sexual assault on the child is said to have committed aggravated penetrative sexual assault. Next, whoever commits penetrative sexual assault on a child below 12 years of age is said to have committed aggravated penetrative sexual assault. Next comes the relative of the child. So whoever being a relative of the child through blood or adoption or marriage or guardianship or in foster care or having a domestic relationship with a parent of the child, or who is living in the same or shared household with the child, commits penetrative sexual assault on such child, then such a relative of the child or that person is said to have committed aggravated penetrative sexual assault. Next, whoever being in the ownership or management or staff of any institution providing services to the child commits penetrative sexual assault on the child, then that person or that member is said to have committed aggravated penetrative sexual assault. Next, whoever, being in a position of trust or authority of a child, commits penetrative sexual assault on the child in an institution or home of the child or anywhere else is said to have committed aggravated penetrative sexual assault. Next, whoever commits penetrative sexual assault on a child knowing the child is pregnant is said to have committed aggravated penetrative sexual assault. Next, whoever person commits penetrative sexual assault on a child and attempts to murder the child is said to have committed aggravated penetrative sexual assault. Next, whoever commits penetrative sexual assault on a child in the course of communal or sectarian violence is said to have committed aggravated penetrative sexual assault. Next comes the previous convict under the Act. So whoever commits penetrative sexual assault on a child and who has been previously convicted of having committed any offence under this Act or any sexual offence punishable under any other law for the time being in force is said to have committed aggravated penetrative sexual assault. Lastly, whoever commits penetrative sexual assault on a child and makes the child to strip or parade naked in the public is said to have committed aggravated penetrative sexual assault. So we will discuss the punishments for this notorious crime in one of our upcoming sessions. Till then, that is it for today. We will meet again next week, continuing from where we left. Hope you got to know and learn something new and interesting. Till then, stay safe and remain aware of your rights and take care. Bye.